For those who don't know me, my name is Mariah. I'm the technical trainer in Nolen International. And today we'll start our core training with Welcome to Nolen International. So for those who don't know it, now you are part of a family business. Yes. And our mission statement is to be an ever-growing, healthy entity through faithful use of integrity, providing unsurpassed quality service, propelled by empowered partners, you guys, me, all of us, right? Working in an environment of trust, respect, participation, teamwork, reliability, and innovation, adding value to the lives we touch. Remember that we're not only promoting management of pests, control of pests, we're also increasing health. We work towards health. By improving IPM, by improving pest management, we are adding value to the lives we touch. For an example here, a kitchen, right? We had a restaurant that they have had German cockroaches in their kitchen for decades, and they could never get rid of them until they hired Nolen. And within a month and a half, we eliminated the pest population in their kitchen. And the owner, you know what happened to him? He started crying because he never thought that the problem could be fixed, that could be solved. And we did it. We add value to the life of these people and many, many others. What are the truly core values? 1, provide unsurpassed quality customer service. Of course, we're always trying to be proactive, thinking ahead the needs of our customer, helping, right? Unsurpassed quality customer service is our #1 core value. Promote a positive team environment in which to grow, to work and grow. Remember, we never grow alone. We grow as a group, as a team. And so that's what we promote. Have a passion for being successful. You want to know examples of being successful? When you're talking to your customer over the phone and you're able to help him or her and solve an issue instead of reschedule a service that was not necessary. For example, your customer started seeing dead cockroaches in the area that was treated. They called you, hey, I'm seeing a lot of cockroaches. And the customer service representative will say, okay, are they alive or dead? Oh, they're dead. Okay, Mr. Customer, don't be concerned about it. That's part of our protocol. If they're seeing that, it means that our control is working, so that it's not necessary another visit. You're just being successful. And then throughout time, your customer sees the drop in the population of cockroach, probably problem being solved. Good deal. He's happy. You're happy for helping accordingly. That's one of many examples of passion for being successful. I love to do my training. I learn from you guys, and you guys hopefully learn from me too. Act with integrity. Remember what my mom always says, lives are short. They have short legs like Mariah here. They don't walk too far. So you're going to be caught if you're lying. So always act with integrity within your work environment and customers, okay? That also shows professionalism. Have fun. I love what I do. So do you. Always think on the bright side, being proactive, trying to help, improving your work environment, and have fun. When I started in this company, for me it was amazing when I talked to family members, friends, customers, etc., how we are a worldwide reference because we are one of the fastest growing companies in pest control in the world. As of now, we are already present in 66 countries. And non-stopping, we're still growing. Now, Pay attention here. When I say the word attention and I lift my pen, pay attention because it's on your quiz. So what are our goals as Truly Nolen International? To service customers with the same quality standards established by Truly Nolen, attention, in which customer satisfaction is now our #1 objective and safety is our #1 priority. Okay? It doesn't matter if you've been doing this job for years and decades, we are always going to think about our safety before anything. Okay? Always wearing our personal protective equipment, our PPEs. Okay? To be present in every country in the world. We're getting there. 66, check. A little bit of our background. Here you can see the photo of Truly David Nolen with the mouse cards, which are our marketing stars, correct? So when did we start? That's a very good information to provide our customers as well. Truly Nolen started in 1938. With whom? Truly Whitfield Nolen. He started this company in Miami, Florida. Then his son, Truly David Nolen, in 1955, decided to open his own company in Arizona called Truly Nolen Exterminating, and it was in Tucson, here also in U.S. He grew so much that in the 60s, he unified both companies, his company and his dad's, in what we call Truly Nolen of America S.A. in the 60s. Then, started growing, and started franchising, opening new franchises abroad. So the first one was with Jose Lutz in 1987 in Argentina. Then Jose Lutz, along with other members, founded Truly Nolen International in 1989, and Jose Lutz becomes our general manager here in USA. In 1991, we reached the Caribbean. In 1992, Stephen Scott Nolen, the son of Truly David Nolen, became our president. In 98, we reached the Middle East. 99, Central America. 2000, Europe. 2004, Asia. 2006, Africa. 2013, Oceania. Oh my gosh, we're all over the world. And imagine for our customer, they should be feeling safe because we have a worldwide knowledge in pest management. Even they see something, it's found a pest that's not common in that part of the world. We have the knowledge because we have experience worldwide. And we've been in the market over 80 years. So we're not a company just beginning. We've been here for a long time. So a lot of knowledge and skills. Who is Truly Nolen International? So we had our head mouse, our dear Truly David Nolen that passed away, but he will always be in our hearts, and his values, we're always going to follow them. Stephen Scott Nolen, our president. Jose Lutz, our CEO. Jim Banks, our technical director. Juan Cruz Solari, he is in the part of sales, marketing, and also IT, the development of softwares, apps. It's everything with Juan and his team. Who is in Juan's team? Elizabeth Espinosa and Viviana Goldsmith. They help him developing the softwares, apps, etc. Marcos Rezende, our technical director as well. I call him our guru, the pest guru. He has a lot of knowledge in practical application, training, etc. Francisco Lutz, our director of company-owned operations and also our sales director. He helps with sales training. He's the son of Jose Lutz. Me, Radio Deidler, your technical trainer. So I'm here to give you the support on any training needs. Generally, I'll be performing majority of our virtual trainings that are live, along with my assistant, our dear Melissa Rossi, technical trainer assistant. She also helps with registration, performing trainings, preparing materials with me. Claudia Rodriguez, our executive assistant, our dear Claudia. And Eugenia Lutz, the daughter of Jose Lutz, our assistant as well. She helped me also in the beginning preparing the first training materials. International Corporate Office. Attention, where is our International Corporate Office? Haha, here in the land of hurricanes, nearby Mickey Mouse. We are located in Orlando, Florida, and we're here to improve quality standards, to provide training support programs so everybody is well trained and has the information to grow and continuously growing with quality standards. Who are our customers, our clients? We have many customers, from small restaurants, hotels, residents, to large corporations such as Coca-Cola, Starbucks, KFC, McDonald's, Unilever, Burger King, Pepsi-Cola, and many others. But remember one thing. It doesn't matter the size of your customer, if it's a small restaurant or a large corporation. We are going to provide the unsurpassed quality service to all of them. So it's not because it's that small restaurant that I'm like, I can be late. Oh, that small restaurant. Remember that small restaurant can generate 5 to 10 new customers by referral of our good quality service. Okay, so everybody with the same quality standard, the unsurpassed quality service. What do we do? What are our main services? We attend commercial buildings, so stores, industrial, factories, institutional, like schools, universities, government buildings, residential. And how about agricultural pests? That's not our area, okay? We deal with structural pests, that are linked to structures, buildings, in this area, okay? We also do soil pretreatment for subterranean termites, dry wood termite services, structural and vault fumigation. Please remember that only offices that have a specific training and certification can do fumigation. Also, these offices must be authorized by Truly Nolen International to do this type of services. Why? Because fumigation is a serious deal. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're not certified, you can kill people, you can explode places, like we've seen with competitors before. We don't want that happening, so be mindful to be qualified, certified, and authorized by Truly Nolen International. Who you should be talking about it? Either Jose Lutz, but mainly Jim Banks and Marcos Rezende about this specific topic. We also provide services for audible accounts. What is an audible account, Mariah? It is a customer that receives audits. They have to follow through some norms. Example, HACCP. HACCP is a norm that some customers, especially food facilities, follow through. So we attend them. And we have now our program called TAPS that provide all the reports, all the IPM protocol that they need. Okay, all these audible accounts. Our service pillars. Attention here. What are our 3 service pillars. Every single service is going to be based on IPM, so Integrated Pest Management, 5 steps of Truly Care, and the 3-zone protocol. Okay. Now, what is Integrated Pest Management? Also called IPM. A lot of people talk about it, but in some cases, all I hear is, Mariah, I have an infestation. What type of pesticide should I use? Wrong question. You're not thinking as an IPM strategy. And for all of our services, one of our pillars is this. So what is IPM? IPM is a combination of methods, strategies, okay, in order to keep the pest population in a desired level using the least necessary amount of pesticides in order not to cause chemical contamination of the environment, risk for people, and the product being processed. So, what are the methods involved in IPM? So, for example, my customer has an infestation of rodents outside of the building. What is the first thing I should do? Inspect the area and analyze the sanitation. What is sanitation? That's very important. Take notes. Sanitation is the reduction or elimination of conducive conditions for pests. What are the conducive conditions for pests? Food source, water source, harborage, and a favorable temperature. So if my customer has an infestation of rodents outside, where is the food source? Garbage cans that are open, or even organic matter like food outside of the trash cans, providing a food source for these rodents. Where is the water source? Maybe there is a pipe that's leaking, providing water for these rodents. So that pipe should be fixed. What is my customer doing? Sanitation. Harborage. Where are these rodents living? Oh, I see that there is an area with old equipment, old pallets outside where they are living. They are hiding and nesting in there. So that's the harborage. What customers should do? Remove that pile of old materials or organize them and put in a warehouse, not leaving them on the green zone providing harborage for these rodents. Okay? Favorable temperature. We know that rodents are going to, especially beginning of winter time, they're not going to be outside. They're going to look for a favorable temperature. So inside of the building is warmer. Knowing that, we have another method that should be thought of that's part of IPM, which is exclusion. Closing of entry points, closed entry points. So rodents can access the building through the roof, openings on walls, underneath of doors that have a gap, windows. So we should be looking for this exclusion that is necessary to prevent the entrance of these rodents. So we talk about sanitation. Sanitation was one of the methods of IPM. So removal of food source, water source, harborage, and favorable temperature. Exclusion, closing entry points. And we see another one here, prevention. What is prevention? The name say it. I'm preventing pest issues. How do we prevent? So your customer doesn't have an infestation, and we want to prevent the occurrence of infestation. So prevention could be closing entry points, even though there is no rodent infestation, insect, arthropods overall coming in the structure, what I can advise my customer to put a threshold on every door that gives access to the exterior of the building to prevent this pest from entering that door. Seal all cracks and crevices, especially in production areas. Why? We know that ants, cockroaches can harbor, they can live inside of these cracks and crevices. So by sealing the cracks and crevices with silicone, we are preventing cockroaches and ants to, if they come for some reason inside of the building, to enter these areas and harbor there. So prevention are all the measures that will prevent pest activity and pest entrance. Another good example of prevention is keep the grass cut. By keeping the grass cut, we reduce the harborage for rodents outside, for insects. And who eats insects? Scorpions, spiders. So we are also preventing harborage for these pests as well. So we talk about sanitation, prevention, and exclusion. Now, what are the methods of control? We have mechanical. Mechanical is when I use traps to kill or stop pest activity. Examples are snap traps. Snap traps are a mechanical. They capture the rodent and it will die. Okay, that's mechanical control. I'm not using a pesticide, a chemical to kill this rodent. It is a trap. Or a machine like UV light traps where we have the glue boards. These glue boards can cause the death of flying insects, which is mechanical kill. These glue boards will capture the flying insects. They are going to be glued there and they will die. Another good example of mechanical control, when I use my vacuum cleaners to remove crawling insects such as cockroaches in production areas. I'm removing this pest from that area without the necessity of applying pesticides, reducing a risk of chemical contamination in that area. So mechanical control, we're going to see some of our protocols. We use a lot of that method as well, along with sanitation, prevention, and exclusion. Physical control. What is physical control? Physical control is when I change the environment to reduce or eliminate pest activity. Examples. Physical control would be change of temperature. When I reduce temperatures in, for example, warehouses, that we can have activity by insects, by store product pests, is advisable to keep low temperatures in this room, like 16 Celsius degrees or below, that reduce insect activity in those areas. Another example, humidity. Humidity, if I reduce humidity, I know that, for instance, mice need high humidity in the environment. If I advise my customer to reduce the humidity by using a dehumidifier in that area, by reducing the humidity, the mice will die and you have a control, a physical control. Changes in light, we're going to see throughout our core training. By changing the position of lamps outside or the types of lamps, we can reduce the attraction towards those lamps and entry doors for flying insects, and reducing the amount of flying insects that come during the night towards docks where they keep like open doors during receival and shipping materials. So physical, again. So changes in the environment. Wind is another example of physical control. Biological control. What is biological control, guys? When I use a living being or product of a living being to kill another living being. Okay, a good example that we use in our protocol to control mosquitoes is the BT or BTI product. BT is a bacteria that produces a toxin that can kill larvae of mosquitoes. So it's applied in areas where we have standing water, reservoir of water where we can see larvae of mosquitoes, and we apply this pesticide, of course, according to the label, in order to control larvae of mosquitoes. So it's a bacteria killing larvae of mosquitoes, living being killing another living being, biological control, and the risks of intoxication are lower because these products are very specific, low toxicity to humans and animals. Monitoring. Monitoring is the backbone of IPM. It's a vital part. What does monitoring serve for? Okay, when I use my bait stations, my glue boards, my UV light traps, they are monitoring devices that will help us gauge if there is an infestation present, okay, if our control is being effective and reducing and eliminating the pest population in a place. Sometimes when we put our glue boards for crawling insects, it's very useful when we're starting the program and continuing, always having these glue boards for crawling insects in order to see if there are cockroaches. We can identify the species and other crawling insects, maybe also arthropods like spiders. It helps us determine if there is an infestation, what is the species of the pest found, okay, and if our control is working or not. So that's why monitoring is so important. It helps us identify if there is an infestation along with inspection, of course. Identify the species found. It helps us because it will be caught in the glue board or the trapping device, and we can identify the species and if our control methods are working. Pesticide application. Oh my gosh, how many options I talked before getting to pesticide application. Many. So pesticide application we could use in two ways. Either as a preventative measure, my customer doesn't have an infestation and I'm going to apply pesticide in order to guarantee that if any pest gets to that area will die. A good example, when we spray the external perimeter of the building. We do that sometimes monthly. A lot of customers, right? Why? Even though there isn't pest activity around that structure, by any chance, a crawling pest get towards that area that was treated around the building, it's important to have that pesticide application there. Why? If the pest get in contact with the pesticide, will die before entering the building. So it's a preventative measure. Also, we use pesticide in another situation when I have an infestation and I need to control the pest population. So it's a corrective approach. I have infestation and I'll apply pesticide. Remember, when we are applying pesticide, we always think to use the least necessary amount of pesticides, and we always use products with low toxicity because we take in consideration the health of our technicians, the health of our customer, environmental contamination, and prevent other pests to enter in contact with the pesticide and reducing chemical contamination. So pesticide application could also be a corrective measure. I have an infestation and I use the pesticide to control that population of pests. And last but not least, customer education. This step is very, 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 very important for IPM. Why? Because 50% of our success in pest management is due to customer part. Who is going to do sanitation? Majority of time, keeping the trash can closed, remove harborage, it's our customer. So we have to advise, explain to our customer why is important the sanitation, how they should be doing the sanitation, and also Exclusion. Who is going to close the entry points? We have some offices that they offer that service on the side, and we charge a little extra for that. And other cases where the customer will be closing the entry points. And we have to advise them on how to do it properly. Along our core training, I will explain how that should be done properly. Okay? Customer education. So it's very important. How do we keep our customer informed and educate them? Explaining what have we done, what we saw, what customers should be doing, what we are going to do, and what customers should expect. Okay, answering these 3 questions, we keep our customer informed. And please make sure that your customer understands the importance of their action towards IPM. So we said the IPM, we're going to use different methods, combine all of these that I explained right now, and to keep pest population in a desired level. Of course, our goal for pest population in customer property will be 0. But not always we're going to have 0 pests in a determined area. For example, outside of the building, it's basically very, very, very difficult to keep the pest population on 0. Why? Because pests could come from the other areas, from neighbor properties. But we want to guarantee that they are in a desired level, like low, very low infestation, in order not to prone a hazard inside. Reduce the risk of this pest entering the building and contaminating the food source. Right? Not the food source, the food surface where we prepare the food and the products that are processed. Using the least quantity of pesticides. How do we do that? Doing target applications, so focal applications. Using the least necessary amount of products, and we're going to see how that's done. And in order to do target applications, if they are possible, majority of cases will be, we have to identify the pest in order to know what is the correct application method. Okay? Now, we're going to enter our second pillar, 5 steps of Truly Care. Attention to the order. Very important. Step number 1, inspection. Step number 2, identification. Step number 3, determination. Step number 4, control and prevention. And step number 5, communication. Okay, let's go for step number 1, inspection. How do we do an inspection? There is the verbal inspection where we ask customers questions such as, Mr. Customer, are you seeing any pests or signs of pest infestation? For example, feces, exoskeletons, dropping of rodents, etc. Or material that is damaged. And there is the visual inspection where we use our flashlight and mirror of inspection, and we do a detailed inspection to identify which areas have an infestation, what are the conducive conditions to pest, where is food source, water source, harborage, if there are any entry points. And who does the inspection? Only our technician? No. Our sales inspector as well. So when we are doing the inspection, Mr. and Mrs. Salesperson, you have to inspect the facility. And technicians, when should you do the inspection? Only on the initial service? No. Every single time we service the facility, we're going to inspect the area. Oh, Mariah, but I don't have time because I have to do the treatment, do the monitoring. I don't have time to then go all over again and do the inspection. well. Meanwhile, you're doing the pesticide application, for instance, treating the areas and doing the monitor, you're going to inspect those areas. I'll memorize a huge building. Don't be concerned. Go part by part. I'm going to look to a wall here. Okay, top of the wall, middle, bottom, bottom. Okay, didn't see any pest presence. I look underneath the shelves. No infestation, no conducive condition here. Okay, I'm going to move to the next section. So part by part, you're doing your inspection. Identification. What do we need to identify? All the conducive conditions. So if there is food source, oh, okay, I'm here in this food preparation area, and I can see there is a lot of organic material on the floors and the drains are dirty. So sanitation issue here. A conducive condition, food source. I know that this organic material on the floors and drains can be a food source for cockroaches and larvae of certain flies. So I have to take that in consideration. Okay, conducive condition, food source. Water source. Oh, how is the sink area? Is there any leaking water or standing water? How are the cracks on the tiles, like the grout? Is it in good condition, or there are like cracks on the tiles and the grouts near the sink area, for example, where there is moisture being kept there, which is a favorable condition for certain larvae of flies. So I identify the water source. Harborage. Oh, I go to that supermarket and the warehouse is a nightmare. Nothing is organized. Boxes are in contact with floor, walls, all over the place. There is no stock rotation. I have harborage, and I can see nests of mice right there. Okay, so identify the conducive conditions. The pest. My customer has rats. Okay, what type of rat? I don't know. You have to know. Oh, my customer has cockroaches. What type of cockroach? What species? Why do I need to know that? Because you're going to see throughout our core training that identification of the species is vital to determine what protocol we're going to use, because there are differences based on their biology. So identification, I need to find conducive conditions, pest, identification, and the level of infestation. Okay? If it's low infestation, medium, high, or no activity whatsoever. That's the step of identification. Identify also our customer needs in order to determine what's going to be the course of action. All the corrective measures, so our protocols that are going to be followed, all the preventative measures to prevent pest entrance, pest proliferation in case my customer doesn't have an infestation. Okay? So step 3, we can only determine what to do after we inspect the area and identify the conducive conditions, pest species, and pest infestation level and our customer needs. Step number 4, control and prevention. Then, after those 3 first steps is what I'm going to determine our control measures, which are basically our protocols and all preventative measures. For example, closing entry points, improving sanitation, etc. And communication with our customers. So who will communicate? Our sales personnel, technicians, supervisors, CSRs. Everybody has to say when they are talking to their customers if there is any question. So how communication works. Salesperson, you inspect the area, and after your inspection, before creating your proposal, you're going to communicate with your customer. What have you seen? Mr. Customer, I saw an area here where you have some German cockroaches. They are not, interestingly enough, they are not present in the kitchen and areas where you prepare the food, but I saw some German roaches in the warehouse near some cardboard boxes that you received from a provider. That's what I've seen. What customers should do and what is truly Nolen going to do? Okay, Mr. Customer, we know that cockroaches can be brought with boxes from providers, so it's important that either you inspect them and bring them in, or preferably that you change boxes for plastic or metallic boxes instead of cardboard, where cockroaches love. So changing boxes before bringing to your warehouse. That's what you should do. Us, Truly Nolen, we're going to start a treatment of this area, applying some dust and gel base to control the population of cockroaches accordingly to the label and areas that can be treated. Okay, and what you should expect if you, Mr. Customer, are doing your part of inspecting the boxes before bringing them in, you're going to reduce the possibility of cockroaches being brought inside. Us, by doing the treatment, be aware of our treatment takes a week to 2 weeks for you to start seeing dead cockroaches around. We don't spray for German cockroaches inside of the building because it's proven that pesticides that are used that form, they can spread cockroaches towards other areas of the building because it's a repellent product. Okay, and raises a risk of chemical contamination here. It has to be done after working hours because your employees cannot be here during this application because they can get intoxicated. So we in Truly Nolen have a different approach, less hazard and less toxicity. And we can use this product meanwhile your employees are working, okay? They are target applied, so focused areas will be treated. And you're going to see a result over time because this product will control the whole population of cockroaches in your facility. So who is talking to the customer right now again? The salesperson after the inspection. Okay? Technician, when you're going to start servicing an account, you have to explain what you're going to do, okay? What customers should expect, what you've seen. So these 3 questions answering, we keep customer well informed. So communication is a vital part, because imagine if your customer is always bringing these boxes without inspecting them and cockroaches are being reintroduced. The same can occur for rodents as well, being brought inside of boxes. Okay, we're going to see further in our training. 3-zone protocol. Every customer property we divide in 3 parts. The green zone, yellow zone, and red zone. What do we consider the green zone? The surrounding areas of the building, parking lot, garden, okay? In these areas, generally pests live and breed normally. In these areas, Truly Nolen will advise a lot on sanitation, okay? Maintenance of ground maintenance with our customer. We're going to talk about the garbage can areas. The dumpster area should be in good shape. All the trash cans and garbage cans, dumpster closed at all times after use, of course. And we can provide some preventative and corrective treatments in those areas of pesticide application as well. Yellow zone. Yellow zone is the external perimeter of the building. Okay, it is where we have access to pests. So where we're going to find our door frames, our doors, windows, the roof area as well. We consider the yellow zone. So the yellow zone is our last barrier to prevent entrance of pests. So in the yellow zone, we're going to emphasize a lot on exclusion, sanitation, and we're going to use control methods as well to prevent this pest entering the building. The red zone, guys, we consider the inside of the building, sensitive areas where we have a high risk of contamination, especially which areas? Red zone, mainly raw materials, food preparation and food processing areas, and packaging areas. We don't want any contamination. What is a contamination? What type of contaminants we have? Physical. Who there likes to eat a salad and see a fly inside? Or cockroaches? Nobody. That's a physical contaminant. The presence of the pest, parts of it, droppings. Ooh, no, don't want that. So we cannot have pests in those areas. What other types of contaminants? Microbiological. We know that many pests can transmit diseases. How? They can carry over their body what? Bacteria. For example, rodents, ants, cockroaches. When they crawl, flies, when they crawl through surfaces where we're preparing the food, or they rest on top of food, they can transmit bacteria to that food that will cause, for example, food poisoning. So we cannot have that contaminant there. Also, that we forget sometimes, and we shouldn't ever, pesticide. It's a chemical contamination. So in sensitive areas, we want to prevent any risk of contamination. So physical, chemical, or microbiological. Why should pests be monitored and controlled? What is a pest, guys? For some people, could be the mother-in-law. Other people could be the neighbor, you know, some family members. For us, here in Truly Nolen, a pest is any undesirable organism that can cause injury, economic loss, spread diseases, or be a nuisance to humans. So why should we control them? As I said, some pests can cause injuries. Injuries are caused by animals that bite and or sting. Examples: ants, spiders, scorpions, bees, wasps, rodents. Once I've been in an inspection in a kindergarten school, and they have a high infestation of fire ants. Inside of the room, one of the rooms that the babies, the kids were taking care of. Wow, there's a high risk of injuries. And imagine if one of those kids is allergic. That could lead to death. So it's a serious deal. So injuries, economic losses, okay? Animals that can contaminate food or damage building, clothes, etc. So pests can cause damage to buildings. Example, termites, rodents. Rodents can gnaw wires and cause fire in buildings, yes. Insect parts. Imagine contamination of food with insect parts. Your customer will have a huge economic loss depending on the amount of loss that he has contamination. He has to discharge, eliminate that material. He cannot sell it anymore because it's contaminated. It's an economic loss. And nowadays, in this world of social media, what do we have? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and many, many others, Snapchat. If a customer, for example, Mariah here, we go to a pizza place and we're having our dinner, eating a pizza, and when I look towards the ceiling, I see a roof rat staring at me and blinking. Oh my gosh, I'll never go back there again, right? And of course, I will introduce Truly Nolen. Hey, I'm from Truly Nolen. I think you need some pest management here. Why? Imagine one of the customers take a picture and posts on their Facebook or any other social media. What will happen? The message will get across, and this customer will have an economic loss because of just because of the pest presence in their property. Spread diseases. Okay, we know that some pests can spread diseases like mosquitoes. So we have there the yellow fever, chikungunya, dengue, and many others. Rodents, pigeons, ants, cockroaches, flies, ticks, fleas. Please always remember to use your dust mask and gloves when you're doing the monitoring for rodents. When you're going to do an inspection in an enclosed area where you have feces of birds, feces of rodents, please always wear your dust mask as well. Why? The feces of rodents and birds, when they are dry out, the airborne particles, if you inhale them and they are contaminated, you can have lung diseases. You can get some lung diseases. So always wear your mask and gloves when doing monitoring, and when you're doing your inspection, masks as well, preventing when there are feces present, and urine as well, the airborne particles. You can inhale them if they're contaminated and get sick. Nuisance. So some pests, they don't cause injuries, economic losses, or transmit diseases, but they can be a nuisance. Good example, bed bugs. Oh my gosh, it's not proven yet as of today that bed bugs can cause diseases. But imagine having an infestation in your house, in your Airbnb property. The bites, some people are allergic and they are a nuisance. Okay, mayflies, midges, which are mosquitoes that they don't bite, but like mayflies, they are a nuisance. They are all on the wall. When you're doing your barbecue outside and you look on the wall, there's those many mayflies because you have a property by the lake or you're visiting somebody that has a river nearby. Mayflies are aquatic insects, and the adults like to rest on walls right after they emerge from their pupa. So, yeah, they could be just a nuisance. What are our main target pests? Mammals. Pay attention to the groups there. Rats, mice, and bats. Birds, pigeons, house sparrows, common starlings. Remember that birds, we generally work with exclusion here in Truly Nolen. Insects, cockroaches, ants, wasps, bees, flies, mosquitoes, termites, beetles, fleas, bedbugs, earwigs, silverfish, moths, crickets, and many others. Some of our offices also work with mollusks, snails, and slugs. Arachnids. So arachnids is a different group from insects, like our spiders, scorpions, ticks, mice. It's important to identify properly because depending on the species, or the group that our pest belongs, the protocol of service will change. There are differences in pesticides that we're going to use based on the type of pest. So there are differences when we're choosing our pesticide, for instance, when we want to control insects versus arachnids, and we're going to see that throughout our core training as well. Company careers. Okay, so what is Truly Nolen International dedicated to? Training. Personal knowledge are skills, and skills are the true values of Truly Nolen International. Okay, so that person that thinks, oh, I know it all, I don't need training anymore, be aware this person will stay in the past, will not learn anything new, what new protocols, and that's not what we're dedicated to. We want knowledge is power. Okay, so it's very important to keep updated. I'm doing the training here. Do you think I received training? Of course, because I want to bring everything that's new and more updated, okay, for us. So the same for you guys. You have always to be training and learning and improving and growing. Communication. We give feedback, participation, and recognition at all levels. Oh, yes. People, opportunity to optimize your talents. We have cases in some of our offices where technicians will become sales personnel in the future. Why? Because they have a very good knowledge in IPM, and since they have a very good communication skills, they could be trained in becoming salesperson, and then they have both ends. We have examples of personnel that happened because of their good communication skills, and they're awesome salesperson. Also, awesome salespeople. Awesome. Because they have the background in IPM, and it's vital for a salesperson to know what they're talking about, to know the protocols, to know the past biology. Okay? So you know what you're talking about when you're meeting with a customer. To know norms if your customer receives audit. Okay? Quality. Here in Truly Nolen, we are dedicated to quality. We anticipate and respond to customer needs. And that's one of the reasons TAPS was developed. TAPS is our program to attend mainly our audible accounts. And it can provide all the documentation, the protocols, the system that our customer needs, because we're always thinking ahead, okay, to provide an unsurpassed quality of service. We are dedicated of being professionals, make things right with customers and employees. Don't lie, okay? A good example, if you tell your customer you're going to be tomorrow at 8 a.m. in their property, be there on time. If you're not able to meet the time, make a phone call, be professional, explain the why, and rearrange. Don't do a no-show up. That's not professional, and we are dedicated to it. Commitment to our customers, employees, makes things right. What do we expect from you? To become part of a team, okay? Our team. So remember that nobody grows alone. We grow as a team. Perform your job safely. I'm Mariah. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't need to wear my personal protective equipment. Yes, you do. If it's requested on the label of pesticide or is a policy in your office, you must wear it. Okay? Use it. Why? A good example. You're going to do an inspection in an attic, and it's required a hat, protection hat. Why? Can you imagine if you lift abruptly and there's a nail on top and you cut your hat? It's an injury, okay? You're going to get hurt. We want to prevent that. And also, if your customer is watching, it shows lack of professionalism. So always perform your job safely. We expect also to keep customer well informed, and you learn from training. So how do we keep our customer well informed? We're going to talk to this customer what we found, what we did, and what customers should do, and what customers should expect. Okay, one example. What we found. Mr. Customer, we found an infestation of fruit flies in your production area, in your bar, for example, if it's a pub. Okay, that's what we found. We know that fruit flies can be brought with fruits and vegetables in their containers. So it's important, Mr. Customer, that you sanitize the fruits and vegetables and their containers to eliminate eggs and larvae of fruit flies before bringing them in to the area where you prepare the juices, the drinks, etc. We here in Truly Nolen, we can do a treatment in certain areas where we see some organic materials with our borates, according to the label, of course. But we need you to also sanitize the area, because not only the fruit flies are being brought from provider boxes and raw materials, but also the sanitation in this area needs to be improved, because when I did my inspection, I saw that on the balcony where the countertop, where you have the glasses, there's a film of organic material, fruit juice, where I found hundreds and hundreds of larvae of fruit flies. So these areas must be sanitized, cleaned daily, preventing proliferation of these pests. And if you do your part, customer, and I'm doing mine, what you should expect is an effective control. Okay, so that way we keep our customer informed, answering those 3 questions. Respect your fellow workers. What is the most hard thing to do? Control pests? No. Deal with other people, right? Oh my gosh, we have situations that, oh my gosh, this person is too loud. I don't like her voice. He's so grumpy. Oh my gosh, he's so grumpy. Let me tell you something. Get a mirror and look at yourself. I'm looking myself here. Am I perfect? No. Are you perfect? No. So everybody has their strengths, the good part and the bad part, right? But one thing we must guarantee for all is respect. Doesn't matter your position in the company, it doesn't matter who you're talking to, you respect everybody. Okay? Offer a good example to others. I'm alright, but nobody's following protocol. Why should I? Because you can offer the good example. You are going to be recognized for your good work, and others will look up to you and want to change and improve and grow as well. So you offer the good example. The good change always starts from us, not others. So offer a good example. To be honest, we already talked about it. Lies are like Mariah here, have short legs. They don't go too far. It's not worth it lying. Be honest. There's always a solution. Present a good image to our customers. Okay. Why? You are the image of Truly Nolen. It's not Truly Nolen there talking to our customers, right? It's you, it's me. So we have to be on time. Dress up professionally, wear your uniform. Avoid slang, be clean, be courteous. Why slang, Mariah? I like to talk in slang. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. You're going to a doctor's office for the first time. You've been waiting for 2 hours for this doctor to attend you. You're already mad. Because 2 hours delayed, come on, right? And then comes the doctor all dirty. The apron is all covered in blood or whatever it is, medication, all dirty, and you have a terrible impression. And then the doctor starts saying, hey, yo, let's see what's up with you. And doesn't know the terms of the equipment, the correct names. What is your impression of this doctor? Oh my gosh, I'm never coming back here again. Same thing for us. The image is very important. You guys are not a control bug. No, you are Truly Nolen. I'm a CSR. No, you are Truly Nolen CSR. I'm a salesperson. No, you're a Truly Nolen sales personnel. Okay? This is Truly Nolen. Our image is very important. Also, our cars. A lot of people recognize our company by our cars. So, remember to always keep it clean and drive safely. If you're like driving like a crazy person, guess what? People are watching you, and you're not driving an invisible car. No, everybody knows the company by the car. So drive safely and keep it clean, inside and outside. Inside, yes. Make it tight, organized, reducing the time where you look for things within the pesticides equipment. Once I rode with a technician, my gosh, when he opened the trunk, I thought that bats, birds, rodents would come out of it. Come out of that area. Terrible. Dirty. And guess what? Who is watching? customer. A lot of times customers seeing that. So keep it tight, neat, and organized. Do the best you're capable of doing. Not always we're going to be the best on everything. But here's an advice for your professional and even personal life. If you're doing the best you can in every single activity you do, I guarantee you're going to become a better person and a better professional. And provide the finest quality service to our clients through your attitude, a proactive, yes, Mr. Customer, I can do. Unfortunately, this area should be treated, but it's not part of our contract. But let me see what I can do. I'm going to call my office right now and see if I can treat it and they can charge you, send you the bill, or what we can do. A proactive attitude. Your image, we just talked about it. Uniform, courteous, be on time. Your relationship with customers. There are customers that want specifically a sales personnel. They want to specifically talk to one customer service representative because of their relationship. They want a specific supervisor or even a technician because of their relationship. I like that technician. He's very detailed. He's very polite. She's very polite, right? Your training. Very important to always keep updated and learning, and your desire to grow. That's how we provide service quality. And welcome to Truly Nolen, and enjoy your journey. We're very proud to have you on board.